Greece, a nation suspended at the crossroads of three continents, nestled between the sapphire waters of the Aegean, Ionian, and Mediterranean seas. A land of myths and history, whose rugged terrain and fractured coastline have defined not just its physical character, but the very soul of its civilization. In this opening scene, we unravel the complex tapestry of Greek geography, a diverse land where the mountains meet the sea, and where geography has long dictated the course of human activity, conflict, trade, and culture. To understand Greece, one must first understand the land itself. Let us begin with the location and boundaries of Greece. Geographically, Greece lies in southern Europe, occupying the southernmost tip of the Balkan Peninsula. It is bordered to the north by Albania, North Macedonia, and Bulgaria, and to the northeast by Turkey. The country has an extensive maritime boundary with the Aegean Sea to the east, the Ionian Sea to the west, and the wider Mediterranean Sea to the south. Greece's total land area is approximately 131,957 square kilometers, making it slightly smaller than the U.S. state of Alabama or just a bit larger than England. But within this relatively modest area lies one of the most complex and fragmented geographies in all of Europe. Nearly 80% of the land is mountainous, earning Greece the title of the third most mountainous country in Europe, after Norway and Albania. The Pindus mountain range, often referred to as the spine of mainland Greece, runs from the northwest near the Albanian border all the way down into the central Peloponnese. With peaks reaching above 2,600 meters, it forms natural barriers that historically divided regions, tribes, and city-states. Among these peaks lies the most legendary of all, Mount Olympus, the highest mountain in Greece at 2,917 meters, and once believed to be the home of the ancient gods. Towering above the Thessalian plain, Olympus is not just a geographical marvel, but a symbol of ancient Greek mythology and modern national pride. To the west, the Pindus range gives way to the rugged Epirus region and the Ionian coastline, characterized by narrow valleys and steep escarpments. This region, isolated for centuries, was historically poorer and more rural, but retained a strong cultural identity. Meanwhile, the Thessaly plain in the center provides a rare expanse of arable land, one of the few major agricultural zones in the entire country. Moving south, we encounter the historical heartland of ancient Greece, Attica, Boeotia, and Peloponnese. Attica is the region that houses Athens, the capital and largest city. Surrounded by mountains on three sides and opening to the Aegean Sea on the fourth, the geography of Attica helped shape the development of Athenian democracy, commerce, and naval power. The Saronic Gulf served as a vital maritime gateway, while the nearby Mount Hymettus and Mount Pentelicus provided marble and natural resources. To the southwest lies the Peloponnese Peninsula, connected to mainland Greece by the narrow Isthmus of Corinth, a strategic bottleneck since ancient times. The Peloponnese is a land of powerful city-states, Sparta, Corinth, Argos, and is cut by mountain ranges such as Taygetos and Arcadian highlands, which isolated communities and preserved distinct regional identities well into the modern era. But geography in Greece is not just mountains and mainland. It is equally, if not more so, defined by its islands, over 6,000 islands and islets, of which about 227 are inhabited. These islands are scattered across three major island groups: the Ionian Islands to the west, the Aegean Islands to the east, and Crete, the largest island, to the south. The Ionian Islands, including Corfu, Zakynthos, and Kefalonia, are greener and more influenced by Western Europe, especially Venetian culture. Their fertile soil, mild climate, and maritime traditions set them apart from the mainland. The Aegean Islands are divided into several subgroups. The Cyclades, known for their whitewashed houses and volcanic terrain, include famous islands like Santorini and Mykonos. The Dodecanese, near the Turkish coast, feature roads and coasts, which blend Greek and Eastern influences. The North Aegean Islands, such as Lesbos and Chios, played crucial roles in ancient trade and modern refugee crises. Then there is Crete, both a mountain and a sea kingdom in itself. Stretching over 250 kilometers east to west, it is home to the ancient Minoan civilization, Europe's oldest. Crete's central Lefka Ori or White Mountains reach altitudes of over 2,400 meters, and its southern coast faces the Libyan Sea, connecting it to North Africa. These islands were more than just geographical features. They were microworlds, often developing as independent city-states or naval empires. The fragmented geography of Greece encouraged decentralization, a key reason ancient Greece never unified under a single political entity until modern times. Now let's turn our gaze to rivers and lakes, which, while fewer and shorter than in other European countries, still hold importance. The Aliakmonas, Greece's longest river, stretches about 297 kilometers across Macedonia in the north. The Evros River, forming the natural boundary with Turkey, is strategically and politically significant. Other rivers like the Achelous, Pinios, and Arakhthos feed into valleys and plains, especially in Thessaly and western Greece, supporting irrigation and hydroelectric dams. Natural lakes are more prevalent in the north, such as Lake Prespa, shared with North Macedonia and Albania, and Lake Trichonida, the largest lake entirely within Greek borders. But Greece's most defining natural feature is its coastline, over 13,600 kilometers long, the 10th longest in the world. This deeply indented coast gives rise to a nation that has always looked outward, toward trade, colonization, and seafaring exploration. It is no surprise that the ancient Greeks were among the earliest and most active seafarers in the Mediterranean. Geography gave them no other choice. With arable land limited by mountains and valleys, the sea became a highway, a lifeline, and a battlefield. Greece's Mediterranean climate varies from region to region. Coastal areas, especially in the islands and southern mainland, enjoy hot, dry summers and mild, wet winters. Inland and mountainous areas have more continental conditions, with snowfall in the winter and cooler summers. Northern Greece, particularly in regions like Macedonia and Thrace, can experience harsher winters and greater seasonal variation. These climatic differences affect not only agriculture but culture and economy. The olives of Kalamata, the wines of Santorini, the citrus of Crete, all are shaped by microclimates and elevation differences. Moreover, Greece lies in a seismically active zone, at the boundary between the Eurasian and African tectonic plates. Earthquakes are common, especially in the Ionian Islands and the Dodecanese, and have shaped both the physical and human geography over centuries. Entire cities have been rebuilt, sometimes more than once, due to natural disasters. Another geographical factor of enormous importance is strategic location. Greece controls vital maritime routes between the Black Sea and the Mediterranean, through the Aegean archipelago, and sits at the meeting point of Europe, Asia, and Africa. This position has made Greece a geopolitical prize throughout history, from the Persian Wars and Roman expansion to modern military alliances. Today, Greece's geography still influences its economy and politics. Tourism thrives thanks to its natural beauty, coastlines, and islands. Shipping remains a cornerstone of the economy, as Greek-owned fleets account for over 17% of global shipping capacity. Renewable energy potential, particularly solar and wind power in the islands and mountains, is being actively explored. Yet geography also presents challenges: wildfires in the dry summers, water scarcity in some islands, and the burden of defending thousands of kilometers of borders in a tense geopolitical environment. In the end, the geography of Greece is a story of beauty and struggle, of isolation and connection. It is the cradle of Western civilization, not in spite of its mountains and seas, but because of them. Mountains divided. Seas united. Geography shaped a people that would go on to shape the world.